Welcome to SBS News in Easy English. I'm Sarah Shalala. Two aged care facilities in Melbourne's West have reported more COVID cases. Our Care Maidstone confirmed a second staff member and a resident tested positive. Blue Cross Western Gardens Sunshine Aged Care Home also confirmed a staff member tested positive to COVID-19 over the weekend. It's unclear whether this is the same worker who was already confirmed positive at the Our Care Maidstone facility. The state recorded 5 new locally acquired cases on day 4 of a 7-day lockdown. Shadow Treasurer Jim Chalmers is calling on the federal government to provide financial assistance to Victorian workers and businesses during the current COVID-19 lockdown. He's criticised the government for being quick to pull economic support but slow in vaccine rollout and quarantine responsibility. Mr Chalmers told the Nine Network there should be federal support to match Victorian government packages.
We've said for some time that the way that JobKeeper is designed means that you could have extended it for the businesses that still genuinely need it. There's all of this money spraying around for companies that didn't need it. If they hadn't have done that, there'd be more room to support those businesses and workers that genuinely do.
The Victorian government has announced a $250 million support package for around 90,000 businesses affected by the state's fourth lockdown. South Australia's Chief Public Health Officer Nicholas Spurrier says 28,000 people who had entered the state from Victoria have not responded to an official text message survey asking about where they had been. She said she was disappointed only 4,000 tests were conducted over the weekend compared to over 40,000 in Victoria. Ms Spurrier says it's impossible there's a COVID-19 community transmission in South Australia and warned against complacency. Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison is in Queenstown for his first face-to-face meeting with New Zealand's Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern in over a year. The leaders have flagged China, the Trans-Tasman Partnership and the COVID-19 pandemic as major talking points. Mr Morrison has said that Australia-New Zealand partnership will be even more vital in the years ahead as countries confront an increasingly difficult geostrategic environment. Ms Ardern has flagged during discussion about COVID-19 planning, saying both are looking forward to the next stage of writing the COVID-19 rulebook. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has reacted to an announcement by a small far-right party that they would try to form a unity government with his opponents in an attempt to end Mr Netanyahu's 12-year rule. Mr Netanyahu urged nationalist politicians who have joined the coalition talks not to establish what he called a leftist government. The Yamina party leader said he had decided to join forces with the country's centrist opposition leader. The pair have until Wednesday to reach an agreement in which they each serve 2 years as Prime Minister in a rotation deal. In tennis, Naomi Osaka has been fined for skipping her post-match press conference after she won against Patricia Maria Tig in France. Osaka had previously announced she would not be meeting any of her contractually mandated media obligations during the Open. However, she was warned about escalating consequences, including default. Due to pandemic restrictions, only 5,400 visitors will be allowed to enter the Roland Garros venue each day, the first 10 days of the tournament. The first tennis fan in line at the tournament, Baptiste Tesson, says it will be an exceptional event.
I've been waiting for an hour. Roland Garros, for me as a tennis fan, it's a big deal. And to be able to come back after 2 years, because the last time I was here was in 2019, because in 2020 we couldn't get in.
I'm Sarah Shalala. This is SBS News in Easy English.